Rioting in East Los Angeles devastated the Mexican-American community. But the passage of time has not lessened some of the controversies surrounding that tragic day. Henry Alfaro is with us again tonight to continue his retrospective with emphasis today on the death of newsman Rubén Salazar. Henry?
Thanks, Paul. The parade on August 29, 1970 was staged to protest the Vietnam War and the poor conditions that exist in the barrios of East LA. Over 20,000 Chicanos marched. Up to that time, it was the single largest event of solidarity ever held in East Los Angeles. The march, however, ended in violence, and the death of one man became a symbol for a movement that still lives on today. During the rioting and widespread chaos, 3 men were killed. One of them was Los Angeles Times columnist Rubén Salazar, who also was the news director of KABC, the Los Angeles Spanish-language television station. After the rioting broke out, Salazar and a couple of friends dropped into the Silver Dollar Cafe on Whittier Boulevard for a couple of drinks. To this day, events leading up to his death are not clear. One thing is certain: Salazar was killed instantly by a tear gas projectile fired by a deputy sheriff. Based on reports, sheriff's officials claimed they were after 2 armed men that had entered the Silver Dollar. Through his columns in the Los Angeles Times, Salazar had become a powerful and influential voice for millions of Mexican Americans. For many Chicanos, like movie director and producer Moctezuma Esparza, Salazar became a symbol.
He was someone that was a role model for me, for many of us that went on into journalism and communications and entertainment.
An already angry community became incensed over his death. At a coroner's inquest, a deputy sheriff said he fired the projectile after giving a warning and ordering those inside to come out with their hands up. Survivors inside the bar said they did not hear the warning.
People in the barrios are suffering daily on the part of police.
Testifying was a young professor of Chicano studies at Cal State Northridge, Raul Reese. His photos of the event gave Salazar's death nationwide attention.
You don't want to give up your cushy job at the LA Times?
Today, 20 years later, the legacy of Rubén Salazar is the subject of the stage play August 29, now running at the Los Angeles Theater Center.
To even get involved with the Chicano community, but the more I experienced, the angrier I got. I began to feel the virulent attitude towards our people. It wasn't happening in some far-off corner of the world anymore. They were saying those things about me, about my people in my country. Then I started hitting back.
You want to know what happened to the cop that killed you? Nothing.
Now he's coming back to ask the same questions we were asking him 20 years ago. Why you're not reporting in the community? Why you're not saying what's happening to our community? Now he's coming back and asking us, what are we doing?
To this day, Cal State Northridge professor Raul Reese still believes the death of Rubén Salazar remains unsolved.
I believe the issue of the killing of Rubén Salazar is an issue that has not been and should not be forgotten. It was, I believe, a homicide, and I believe the case can still be open. I don't think we can just simply sweep this under the rug and say, you know, business as usual.
And tomorrow, a look at some of the problems that still exist 20 years later and what changes have taken place in the Mexican-American communities.